institutions in Bangalore. He has also worked in Chennai as the Academic Development Coordinator Director at a reputed international school. He has worked also in an Adventist mission school as a teacher and principal. Currently, he is working in Lowry past 3 years as a director in counseling and placement marketing. He is blessed with his talented wife and a beautiful daughter. May the good Lord bless his family. Now I invite Sir to present his message. Sir, the time is yours.
Thank you. Good morning, Annie Madam. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes,
Yes.
sir.
Today my topic is life is for living. If you ask what is life, so many people will say different definitions. People say life is a challenge, meet. Life is a game, play. Life is a drama, act. And it goes on. At the same time, we have a different dimension for life. Life is for living, not only in this world, but also the world to come. So many are living even after their physical death. For example, number one, we can say Jesus Christ. And apart from that, there are so many worldly people who have done remarkable work, who have done remarkable service to humanity. And such people are living in our mind and heart and in our thoughts. There are few who have done quietly something remarkable, but they are not in the limelight. Two people such, one by name Duruwala Nayak in a place called Gundubarasi in Odisha. And this person asked the village committee a request, that is, every year during the summer, they run short of water. Scarcity is too much. As you know, in Odisha, everything is extreme. When cyclone comes, it devastates the whole state. When rain comes, it's everywhere flooded. When summer comes, heat stroke is very common there. So Gundubarasi is such a place. This person wanted help from the village committee to make a small pond where during the rainy season the water will be stored and may be used for the drought time. And this person did not get any help, and at times he was laughed at by others, but he determined to do lonely digging a pond. Yes, he did it. For 25 long years, he made a pond, and the person who interviewed him or studied that area says that still there is water during summer. And for your information, this Duruwala Nayak was born blind. Being a blind man without support, he was able to accomplish such a remarkable work, not for himself, but for the sake of the village. And another one person, Langi Puan. This Langi Puan is from Kotiawa, Bihar. He found near his village a small pond during rainy season. From the nearby mountain, the water is heavy, but it is not directed to the pond. So he thought, and he alone for 3 years made a canal from the mountain to the pond where the rainwater comes to the pond and stored for future use. Yes, he was successful and he made it not for himself, for others. If we see, if we ask people how is life, some may say, yeah, I am fine by God's grace. Yeah, things are fine. And some may say, yeah, it's going on. It's going on is not from the mouth of people who are living, they are existing. There is a difference between living and existing. Living means for some purpose we are alive and we have to accomplish it. There is an anecdote called Niagara syndrome. I do not know how many of you have heard about Niagara. You may be having a picture in your mind. You would have seen in video clippings and pictures that from one lake the overflowing water falls down to another lake where the landscape is, one lake is up and the other is down, which is the beauty of nature. And people wonder at God's work, God's handwork. In such a place, one person took a small boat and he started sailing without any effort. The boat was moving and he was very happy and he was seeing the greenery around and he was enjoying the beauty. As all of a sudden, the boat started moving a little faster and he could hear some heavy noise and he was approaching by the flow of water near the waterfalls, and he started doing something to escape out of it, something to avoid being fallen from that height into a water, gushing water. He wanted to drive the boat in the opposite direction. He couldn't do anything. He became helpless. This is called Niagara syndrome. Some of us, we live or we go with the flow without making any effort to do something good for self as well as good for others. Mainly, our focus should be doing something good for others. Man's value lies in that. Scientifically, one person analyzed a man's value from the fat he has in a normal person, grown up normal person. From the fat he has in his body, 7 soaps may be made, soap, detergent. And from the sulfur, 100 camphor balls can be made. From the iron, one nail of 2 inches can be made. From the carbon, 6,000 pencil leads can be made. From phosphorus, 2,200 matchsticks can be made. And from magnesium and iodine, 1 spoon of iodized salt can be made. And from the calcium, one small room can be whitewashed. And from water, that's about 45 liters. If it is the reversible osmosis, if it is done RO, it can become a mineral water. They call mineral water does not have any minerals. Its actual name should be mineral removed water. But we are thinking that it is mineral water and we are drinking. 45 liters, out of that, maybe 20-liter can, 2 cans may be filled. So if we put a cost for this, it may come around 100 rupees or 200 rupees. Is that man's value? There are Bible stalwarts who has who have taught us how to live and how to serve God. First, I would like to focus your attention towards Noah. I have given him the name Father of Endurance because 120 years he was cautioning people, he was doing ministry, and finally, very little people were saved, that is, hardly 8. But then his work is remarkable. We are talking about him, we are thinking about him even now today for the way he ministered because he has done a phenomenal work, a remarkable work. So, Genesis 6 to 9, this episode is mentioned. You all know about Noah's story, right? From childhood, you have been hearing. But the way he carried himself for the sake of Lord is a wonderful and remarkable service. Secondly, Job. Job 1:1 says that he is an upright man. Who is giving the certificate? The best certificate ever we receive will be from heaven, will be from God. Job was such a man of character, discipline, and determination and devotion because God Himself is certifying him as an upright man. He was a very rich man. In the present day scenario, his wealth, if we calculate, maybe around 200 change crores, really a millionaire in his time. But then, and he was showing his loyalty and obedience and sincerity and honesty to the one and only heavenly master. Because of that, during the time of calamities, during the time of uncertainties, during the time of loss, sadness, he was unmoved. Though his wife suggested, though his friends suggested, he was unmoved. A strong faith, which is for which the foundation was so strong that he became father of patience. Then you take Abraham, is the father of faith. When the only son was born very late in his life, God dictated him, told him to take the son for giving a sacrifice, for being a sacrifice. Son was asking on the way, Father, where are we going? God will say, God will direct. And he was about to sacrifice at that time, the right time, the voice comes from heaven to stop. Unmoved faith, total faith, wholesome faith. Once I listened to one pastor preaching about the faith. He was talking about the verse that says, uh, mustard like faith we need to have. And people thought it is so small, so little faith is enough. But one pastor, he explained the mustard like faith, mustard is perfect in its shape, a perfect shape. If you observe keenly, you can even go for a magnifying glass and see it is perfect. So that pastor explained that it should be a perfect faith. Jesus, no need to tell anything. His whole life is, was for us, none other than me and you. For us, he lived a life. For us, he died. And for us, he is living again. And for us, he is going to come. And he is going to take us to eternity. So remember these people's contribution as the servants of God in small level, in our sphere of life, a little time we live, few years we live. In this, what can be done and what can be accomplished prayerfully if we do, God will bless each one of us. Thank you for this opportunity. And also, I am happy that my brother-in-law, Dr. John S. Victor, is here. He also prayed for me, for the speaker, first in the early time of prayers. And also, I do not know who are all there who know me and whom I know them, but still we Christians are under the head of Jesus Christ as one family, even though we may not have met each other, we may not speak to each other, but still we are brothers and sisters in the family of God. God bless each one of us. May this program during the rest of the days go successfully. Special thanks to Christina and Abraham, who is my student, a wonderful student, and she has made it possible for me to meet you all through this. Thank God. Thank you. God bless each one of us.